You're about to hear something that's going to sting a little. If you've been working hard for years, showing up early, staying late, being reliable, and you're still not getting ahead, that's not bad luck. That's training. You've been trained to believe the same lie most people believe. Hard work equals wealth. Hard work can get you a paycheck. It can get you praise. It can get you promoted. But hard work by itself is one of the most reliable ways to stay stuck. Because the system doesn't reward effort. It rewards leverage. And if you don't understand that, you can grind for 30 years and still feel like you're running in place. Hi, my name is Matt, and in this video we will be talking about the hard work trap that keeps you poor, and how leverage is what actually builds wealth. And before we get into it, if you want more videos that help you actually build wealth instead of just working for it, hit subscribe. I post simple, practical money and wealth videos that don't waste your time. Alright, let's break this down in a way that's impossible to unsee. Most people here work hard and think that's the whole equation. And look, hard work matters. If you're lazy, inconsistent, always quitting, always distracted, you're not going to win. But here's the trap. Hard work is a multiplier, and most people are multiplying the wrong thing. If you're working hard inside a system where your upside is capped, all your effort does is make you a better worker, a better employee, a more dependable person in someone else's machine. And the world loves hardworking employees because employees are predictable. Employees do what they're told. Employees accept small raises. Employees don't ask for ownership. Employees are the engine, not the owner. So let me say the uncomfortable part out loud. If you're in a situation where you can't control your income, you can't control the outcome, and you can't scale what you do, then hard work is not a wealth strategy. It's a survival strategy. That's why you feel exhausted. Because you're doing what you were taught to do in a game that doesn't pay for it. Now here's where most people get confused. They think, if I can just earn more money, I'll be rich. No. If you earn more money while your lifestyle rises with your income, you're not building wealth. You're upgrading your stress. That's why you see people making $80,000 living like they make $40. People making $200,000 living like they make $90. People making $400,000 still saying, I'm not where I want to be. Because wealth isn't what you earn. Wealth is what you keep, what you own, and what can pay you without you showing up every day. Here's the simplest way to think about it. Income is a bucket you fill. Wealth is a pipeline you build. Most people spend their entire life trying to pour more water into a bucket with holes. They don't fix the holes. They just pour faster. Harder job, extra hours, side hustle, overtime, still leaking. And the reason work harder keeps you poor is because most jobs and most businesses are based on linear effort. That means if you work 1 hour, you get paid X. If you work 2 hours, you get paid 2X. If you stop working, you get paid 0. That's not wealth. That's renting your life out by the hour. Even salary is mostly linear, it's just hourly disguised as annual. And here's the part most people don't want to hear. If your income is tied directly to your time, you will always hit a ceiling, because you only have 24 hours in a day. You can't hustle your way past time, you can only leverage your way past time. So what do wealthy people do differently? They're not always smarter, they're not always more talented, they're not always harder working, but they understand one thing: leverage beats labor. There are a few main types of leverage, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. The first is ownership. If you don't own anything, you're playing the smallest version of the money game. Ownership can be equity in a company, it can be your own business, it can be real estate, it can be stocks or index funds. It can be intellectual property like a book, a course, or software. It can be royalties or revenue share. Ownership means your work has an afterlife. You do something once and it can keep paying you. That's wealth. The next is distribution. You can have the best product in the world and stay broke if nobody sees it. Distribution is an audience, an email list, a YouTube channel, partnerships, a sales team, a platform, or a network of people who trust you. Distribution is why someone mediocre with reach can out-earn someone brilliant with no reach. Not fair, just real. The next is systems. Systems are repeatable processes that reduce dependence on you. That could be standard operating procedures, automation, templates, workflows, hiring, or delegation. Hard workers refuse systems because they think, I can just do it. That's the trap. The system is what scales, not you. And the next is skill leverage. Some skills scale better than others. If you're amazing at something that doesn't scale, your income will always fight gravity. High leverage skills include sales, marketing, copywriting, product design, leadership, investing basics, negotiation, and automation. These skills either increase revenue, reduce cost, or create assets. That's why they pay. Now, there's a phrase that quietly ruins people. At least it's stable. Stability isn't bad. You need stability. But a life built only on stability becomes a cage, because stability with no upside is just controlled survival. You work hard. You behave. You wait. You hope your boss notices. You pray inflation doesn't eat you alive. Then you look up and you're 10 years older and your life didn't change. And you tell yourself, I'm doing everything right. No, you're doing everything you were trained to do, which is why you're not winning. Now I'm going to point directly at you for a second because this is the part that changes everything. If you are the person who says, I'm not good with money, or I'm not a business person, or I'm not an investor, or I'm not a salesperson, or that's for other people, listen closely. That is not a personality trait. That is financial illiteracy dressed up as identity. You're not bad with money. You're untrained. And the reason this matters is because wealth is not built by motivation. Wealth is built by skills and systems. A broke person waits for motivation. A wealthy person builds a process that works even when they don't feel like it. So here's the real question. Are you building a life where working harder solves your problems? Or are you building a life where working smarter compounds? Let me give you a simple example. Take two people. Both are disciplined. Both are smart. Both work hard. Person A works a normal job, takes overtime, gets promoted, and makes more money. But they upgrade their car, upgrade their apartment, upgrade their vacations. Their savings stay low. They never invest consistently. They don't build skills outside their job. They don't own anything meaningful. They work hard and they stay stressed. Person B also works a normal job, but they keep expenses stable. They invest consistently. They build one scalable skill after work. They create a small offer. They raise their price. They reinvest profits. They build distribution. Eventually, they buy assets. They don't necessarily work harder. They work in a direction that compounds. 10 years later, person A looks successful on the outside and still feels trapped. Person B has options. And that's what wealth really is. Options. Now let's make this practical. If you feel like you're in the hard work trap, here's how you start climbing out without quitting your job and doing something reckless. First, separate stable income from wealth building. Your job is your base. Your wealth is built on top of the base. Stop expecting your job to make you wealthy. Expect it to fund the process that makes you wealthy. Second, pick one leverage vehicle. Most people fail because they do 12 things badly. Pick one. It could be investing with a simple index strategy. It could be a service business where you can raise rates. It could be content plus a product. It could be career leverage, moving into a higher upside role like sales, growth, or product. It could be real estate if the math actually works, not all at once. Third, build one wealth skill for 90 days. You don't need 20 skills, you need one skill that moves money. Pick one and go deep. Sales calls, copywriting, paid ads basics, negotiation, automation, video editing for businesses, appointment setting, short form scripting, email marketing. The skill isn't the end goal, the skill is the tool that prints opportunities. Fourth, create an offer with a clear result. If you want money, solve a problem people already pay to solve. Not vague like, I help with marketing. Clear like, I help you get 30 booked calls a month. Clear like, I edit 12 shorts a week for creators. Clear like, I build automated follow-up that recovers lost leads. Clear like, I run email campaigns that increase revenue. Clear result equals higher pay. Fifth, turn extra income into assets, not lifestyle. This is where most people lose. They finally make an extra $500 or $2,000 a month and instantly spend it. They buy comfort. They buy convenience. They buy status. Then they're confused why they still feel behind. If you want wealth, you don't use extra income to look rich. You use extra income to buy freedom. That means paying down high interest debt, building emergency cash, investing consistently, reinvesting into the skill or offer, and buying time through tools, automation, or delegation. Now let me be clear, I am not telling you to stop working hard. I'm telling you to stop worshiping hard work like it's the whole equation. The wealthy version of hard work looks like working hard on skills that scale, working hard on building assets, working hard on systems, working hard on distribution, working hard on relationships that open doors, and working hard on positioning so you become the obvious choice. It's still effort, but it's effort that compounds. Here's a quick self-test. Answer honestly. If you stopped working for 30 days, would your income drop to near zero? Do you own any assets that pay you without your direct time? Are you building distribution, like an audience, network, or partnerships? Or are you just doing tasks? Are you learning a skill that increases your earning power? Or are you repeating the same year over and over? When you earn more, do you keep it or does your lifestyle absorb it immediately? If most of those answers are not really, you're in the trap. And the worst part is the trap feels like responsibility. It feels like adulthood. It feels like doing the right thing. But it's actually just a loop. So here's the takeaway you need to burn into your brain. Hard work is not a wealth plan. Hard work is the fuel. Leverage is the engine. And if you don't build an engine, you can dump fuel on the ground for the rest of your life and still not move. So your mission is simple. Keep your stability, but start building leverage. Pick one wealth skill. Pick one leverage vehicle. Build one offer or one asset. And stop confusing exhaustion with progress. Because the goal isn't to be the hardest worker. The goal is to be the person who actually gets ahead.